licensed and bonded. 1 month free alarm monitoring when you sign up for service. Mastercraft Electronics, 775-990-4896.
If you have Parkinson's or any of these symptoms, including trembling, difficulty walking or sleeping, and if you have been exposed to paraquat or gramoxone, you may be eligible for significant compensation at no cost to you. Call today for a preliminary interview to see if you qualify. If you or a loved one have worked or lived near a farm or field with paraquat herbicide treatments and developed Parkinson's disease or any of these symptoms, don't wait another minute. The manufacturers of paraquat and gramoxone-based herbicides knew about the health risks and failed to warn people of this link to Parkinson's symptoms. We have provided justice and have assisted people suffering from Parkinson's and other ailments. Call today for a preliminary interview to see if you qualify. Call now. You could qualify to receive significant financial compensation. If we don't win, you pay nothing. So call our legal team now and let us help you receive substantial financial compensation. Call now.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted Best of Las Vegas. Give them a call, 702-727-9900.
Thank you for joining us here on News 25 and Ace Country Radio and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices on this Wednesday, August 6, 2025. Good evening. I'm Chris Palermo. Here is what's happening. A two-vehicle injury accident occurred today at the intersection of Bella Vista and Blagg, and here is what News 25 knows so far.
Jason Ernest of Mount West Lawyers. Don't be bullied by insurance companies. Call me, 775-727-9500.
At approximately 10 a.m. today, a two-vehicle injury crash occurred at the intersection of Bella Vista Avenue and Blagg Road. According to the initial report, a white van struck the side of a silver Grand Wagoneer in the intersection. Both drivers claimed the other ran a stop sign, prompting an ongoing investigation by authorities to determine fault. One passenger in the Grand Wagoneer had to be extricated from the vehicle and was transported to Desert View Hospital with minor injuries. Traffic on Bella Vista Avenue was temporarily closed during the cleanup.
More news now. A Las Vegas teen is now dead following a house party shooting that occurred this week. And News 25's Rory Rosell has the details.
One person is dead and the suspect is on the run after a shooting at a house party in northwest Las Vegas. Metro Police say several 911 calls came in around 10 p.m. on August 5th, reporting gunfire and screaming from the 5600 block of Bonita Vista Street near Durango Drive and Ann Road.
The details of that call are, at approximately 10 p.m., LVMPD dispatch received a 911 call. During that 911 call, several callers stated they heard gunshots and screaming coming from the area. Officers from Northwest Air Command immediately responded, and upon their arrival, they located one male individual suffering from gunshot wounds in front of a residence. Those officers immediately began rendering aid until medical arrived. Unfortunately, when the medical arrived, they did pronounce that individual deceased on scene. Homicide detectives have been notified, and we're currently on scene investigating. The preliminary details that we know so far is there was a large gathering, a large party at one of the residences. Sometime during that party, an altercation ensued, and an unknown individual, produced a firearm and shot our victim. This is an isolated incident. There's no threat to the public at this time, but we do encourage anybody with any information, anybody who was at the party, to please reach out to LVMPD Homicide. And if you wish to remain anonymous, you can always call Crime Stoppers of Nevada.
Once again, anyone with information is asked to contact the Las Vegas Metro Homicide Section, or to remain anonymous, you can contact Crime Stoppers at 702-385-5555. Police are urging anyone who saw or heard anything that night to come forward.
Fort Stewart shooting leaves 5 soldiers injured and 1 suspect in custody, and News 25 has the details.
An Army sergeant opened fire at Fort Stewart on a Wednesday morning, injuring 5 fellow soldiers and prompting a temporary lockdown at one of the nation's largest military installations. According to officials, the suspected gunman has been identified as 28-year-old Sergeant Cornelius Radford, a logistics specialist who has not previously seen combat deployment. The shooting occurred around 10:56 a.m. in the 2nd Armored Brigade combat team area of the base. Authorities say Radford used a personal handgun, not a military-issued weapon, to carry out the attack at his workplace. The motive behind the shooting remains under investigation. Brigadier General John Lubis held a press briefing following the incident.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us. This morning, shortly before 11 o'clock, an active duty soldier assigned to Fort Stewart, Georgia, shot and wounded 5 of his fellow soldiers here on Fort Stewart. Thankfully, all are in stable condition and all are expected to recover. The alleged shooter is in custody. We have reestablished security. I have lifted all lockdown measures on Fort Stewart, and there is currently no threat to the local community. I'd like to recognize and thank our Army law enforcement and medical personnel and our partners from local, state, and federal law enforcement and emergency services for their quick response and support. I would also like to thank the brave soldiers who immediately intervened and subdued the shooter. These soldiers, without a doubt, prevented further casualties. Our wounded soldiers were initially evacuated to Wynn Army Community Hospital right here on Fort Stewart. All arrived in stable condition, and 3 of the 5 required surgical intervention. 2 have been transported to Memorial Hospital in Savannah, Georgia for additional care. We have identified the alleged shooter as Sergeant Cornelius Radford, an automated logistics sergeant assigned to 2nd Brigade Combat Team. Sergeant Radford has not previously deployed to combat. Sergeant Radford has been interviewed by the Army Criminal Investigation Division and is currently in pretrial confinement, awaiting a charging decision by the Office of the Special Trial Counsel. Right now, our primary focus is first on caring for our injured soldiers and their families, and also supporting the soldiers of the Spartan Brigade. All of the families of the victims have been notified, and we're wrapping our arms around them and ensuring we provide them all the support that we can. Before I take questions, I want to remind you that this is an ongoing investigation and we're still gathering questions. And ladies and gentlemen, I'll now take your questions.
General Lewis with the Coastal News, can you give us what unit he was assigned to and how long he served in the Army, if you didn't mention that?
Yeah, he is assigned to one of our sustainment units here in 2nd Brigade Combat Team at Fort Stewart, and I will have to confirm how long he served with us. Yes, sir.
Sergeant, corresponding with the Associated Press, as best you can, knowing it's so early, can you walk us through where this happened, what happened, the shooting, and were the victims subordinates of the sergeants, or were they people over him in rank?
Yeah, right now it's premature, and we're gathering a lot of the information. What we know is this soldier, the shooting occurred at the soldier's place of work. It did involve his co-workers. We're still not certain about the motivations, but again, he's been interviewed by Army investigators, and we believe we'll gain more information here shortly.
Well, the 2028 Olympics are still a ways off, but President Donald Trump is making preparations. Watching News 25.
In a wreck, need a check.
In a wreck,
need a check.
In a wreck, need a check.
Hurt in a wreck and need a check? We're Lerner and Rowe. Make one call, that's all.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 877-1500.
Got bills? Need some pay? Then come be a cowboy trucker at Ponderosa Dairies in Amargosa Valley. They're currently seeking experienced CDL drivers to haul hay, grain, and milk while earning up to $2,000 a week. This isn't a job, it's a career. Whether you hit the open road or drive around Nevada's biggest dairy, they offer a great wage, benefits, and 401k retirement package. If you have what it takes to be a good hand, isn't it time you ride for the brand? The beautiful Ponderosa Dairies are currently hiring qualified CDL drivers who have doubles and tankers endorsements, as well as the ability to drive a standard transmission. If this is you, call Ed now, 702-682-3339. Once again, 702-682-3339. Send an email with your information to ap@ponderosadairy.com. Join the family at Ponderosa Dairy.
Are you tired of dropped calls and high phone bills? Switch to Valley Communications Voice over Internet Protocol home phone services and experience crystal clear calls and great rates while using Valley Communications Internet Services, which provides lightning fast internet. For the first 12 months, enjoy phone services starting at $19.95. It's an easy choice. Visit us today at valleycom.com to learn more. Valley Communications, local, affordable, reliable.
Centered Health is here in Pahrump, offering primary care, advanced wound care, and pain and vascular treatments. We're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and located at 1360 East Nevada Highway 372, Suite 5. We're accepting new patients and most insurances. Call us at 775-990-1772 to schedule a visit today. Centered Health, your bridge to better health.
America is great and Pahrump is awesome. We have room for our furry friends, and when it's time to care for them, we have the best feed store, Shadow Mountain Feed. Who did Siegfried and Roy call on when their dolphin quit eating? Shadow Mountain Feed. They developed a nutrition solution right in their store. From elephants to dogs and everything in between, they have what you need to feed, grow, and show your animals. They have everything except bread. Don't go there for bread. Shadow Mountain Feed, your one-stop care center for your best friends. At 2371 West Bella Vista, call 775-727-5527.
Hurt in a wreck? The insurance company is going to offer you a little check. We turn low offers into big checks. Hurt in a wreck? You need a real check? Make one call, that's all.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 877-1500.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. President Donald Trump is now making preparations for the 2028 Olympics that will take place in Los Angeles, California. Let's take a look at what those preparations are.
With the 2028 Summer Olympics on the horizon, President Donald Trump has signed an executive order establishing the White House task force to coordinate federal efforts ahead of this global event, which will be held in Los Angeles. This task force will be chaired by the president, and the vice president will serve as the vice chair. Federal agencies have been directed to submit a detailed report by August 1st, 2025, outlining their individual plans and responsibilities. The White House says this effort is aimed at ensuring maximum safety, secure borders, and world-class transportation for millions of expected visitors.
And the LA Olympics is shaping up to be a wonderful moment for America. It's going to be incredible. It's so exciting. And with today's action, I'm directing the Department of State, the Department of Justice, the Department of Homeland Security, the FBI, the Secret Service, the Department of Transportation, and many other departments and agencies to use every tool at their disposal to ensure a fantastic, safe, and beautiful event. In 2028, the Olympics is bringing back our national pastime, baseball. Wow, that's great. With teams playing under the lights at the legendary Dodger Stadium, and it is legendary. It's beautiful, one of the most beautiful. Squash players will go head-to-head inside the world-famous Universal Studios. Triathletes will sprint beneath the sun shining down on Venice Beach. This will be one of the great venues. I mean, when you think of it, right? It's going to be so incredible. Soccer teams will face off at the legendary Rose Bowl. Sailors will race through the waters near the port of Los Angeles, and the opening ceremony will take place at the beautiful Memorial Coliseum, just like the Olympics of 1932 and 1984. For 8 straight consecutive summer games, no one has won more medals than Team USA, which is incredible. We want to keep it that way. Over the years, Team USA has won triple the number of Summer Olympic gold medals as the next closest country, and I'm confident that that's going to continue in 2028. That's an amazing achievement, by the way. Between the LA Olympics and the FIFA World Cup next year, we have the World Cup and we have the Olympics, got them both. It's a great time to be a sports fan in America. And maybe, I don't want to say most importantly, but it is a celebration of 250 years. We have our 250th anniversary also during the year, and it's going to be between the three of them. I think there'll be no other time that we've ever had in our history like that.
Well, let's just say an unexpected guest made its appearance at a WNBA game this week. Our News 25 sports reporter, Mikey Ruhan, has the latest.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices. The Las Vegas Aviators won their second game in a row on Tuesday night, 8-4 over the Salt Lake Bees, rematch this evening at 6:05. Another week, another adult toy thrown on the floor at a WNBA game. The latest toss of a toy, neon green in color, came during Tuesday night's game between the Indiana Fever and the Los Angeles Sparks at Crypto.com Arena in LA. With 2 minutes remaining in the second quarter, the toy landed on the court in the lane near Fever forward Sophie Cunningham, who earlier in the week went on social media to plead with fans not to throw things on the floor. Los Angeles Sparks guard Kelsey Plum took it upon herself to get rid of it by kicking it into the stands. Hopefully it wasn't a three-pointer. Las Vegas Aces are in California this evening taking on the Golden State Valkyries. And the Pahrump Youth Bowling League has a new set of summer season champions, concluding on July 26th at the Pahrump Nugget Bowling Center. Thomas Carstow, Scott Bishpam, and Brody Blatton were crowned league champions of the Youth Summer League. And I would like to say happy birthday to Victoria Smith. And that's your look at sports on News 25.
Coming up in the community tomorrow, a very special ceremony. The annual Purple Heart Day is happening. We'll tell you all about it. You're watching News 25.
Struggling with opioid or alcohol use in rural Nevada? West Care Nevada is here to help. Our rural opioid and alcohol recovery program, called ROAR, offers medication-assisted treatment and support services to help you take back control. Since 1973, we've helped people build healthier, brighter futures. Call 775-751-6990. Take the first step today.
The Cars and Stripes event starts now at the Pahrump Valley Auto Plaza. What better way to celebrate America than having the biggest truck sale of the year? Loyal Chevy owners get a legendary half-ton Silverado Trail Boss for up to $9,000 off or 0% APR financing on approved credit. Trade in your old car, truck, or SUV and get a sleek new Sierra Elevation 1500 for up to $11,000 off. How about the all-new 25 Chevy Equinox, now $1,750 off? We've got tons of cars, trucks, and SUVs from under $20,000. And we're so excited to celebrate the birthday of the USA and say, we love you, Pahrump. Visit PahrumpCars.com for details or stop by the Auto Plaza today.
Make your dream home a reality with SME Cabinetry. We consider every client's project a priority and customize plans and precision installations for cabinets, countertops, flooring, and more. Does your kitchen need a makeover? Mention this commercial and we'll throw in an undermounted stainless steel kitchen sink with any full kitchen order. We're located here in Pahrump at 51 Emery Street, and we're open 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday and Saturday from 8 a.m. to noon. Call us today at 775-247-7500 or visit us online at smecabinetry.com.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
And welcome back to News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. The community is invited to attend the annual Purple Heart Day ceremony tomorrow August 7th at 6 p.m. This event honors all of the courageous men and women who were wounded or made the ultimate sacrifice in service of our beautiful nation.
The community is invited to attend the annual Purple Heart Sundown ceremony to honor the courageous men and women who were wounded or made the ultimate sacrifice in service to our nation. Thursday, August 7th at 6 p.m. at Pahrump Veterans Memorial at Chief Tecopa Cemetery, 751 East Street, Pahrump. The ceremony will be emceed by U.S. Air Force veteran and former County Commissioner Frank Carbone, with proclamations presented by U.S. Army veteran and County Commissioner Bruce Jabor on behalf of Nye County and the town of Pahrump. Assemblyman Gregory Hafen will also present a proclamation from the state of Nevada. This heartfelt event commemorates Purple Heart Day, officially recognized by the Nye County Board of Commissioners during their July 15th meeting. Here's Dr. Tom Waters with some Purple Heart history.
Hi, I'm Tom Waters. Just want to talk about Purple Heart Day. Purple Heart Day is recognized every August 7th. The reason August 7th was selected is because in 1782, George Washington issued the first Purple Heart. It wasn't in the Purple Heart medal as we see today. That was really designed probably around 1932. But the predecessor of that was the merit that George Washington presented to soldiers during the Revolutionary War. And so we've carried that tradition on. And so every August 7th, we recognize our areas as Purple Heart Day. Now for the town of Pahrump and the county of Nye, we have a special thing because we are Purple Heart entities recognized by the national level because our county commission recognized this and decided that we should be Purple Heart entities. So we have the town of Pahrump and the county of Nye as the first county in the state of Nevada to be recognized, and the town of Pahrump as the only town in the state of Nevada to be recognized as a Purple Heart entity. And so on August 7th, usually in the evening, we have our Purple Heart ceremony. We usually start at about 6 o'clock. It's at the Veterans Memorial at the Chief Tecopa Cemetery. And it's always attended by many members of our community. This is something that's been supported each and every year since 2017, when Nye County and the town of Pahrump became Purple Heart entities. So inviting each and every one of you to come out and observe the program. And if you miss it this year, next year it'll still be on August 7th, and we'll still have it at 6 p.m. at the Veterans Memorial of Chief Tecopa Cemetery. We'll see you there.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
That's the Lerner and Rowe Weather Cam. We are looking out of the KPVM-TV studios here in Pahrump. The wind was helping blow the smoke around. That kind of dissipated a bit. Remember, we're in the desert, and there goes a dust devil. We still get those. What is the wind and the temperature forecast? Well, that's coming up in a bit.
Attorney Jonathan Nelson, don't you want to tell everyone about your awards?
That's right, Rhonda. J.K. Nelson Law has received Best Attorney of Pahrump for 6 years in a row. We've also been recognized by Best of Las Vegas. So if you have a legal need, stop by one of our 3 locations in Pahrump, Summerlin, or Southwest Las Vegas. Give us a call, 727-9900. And remember, when you need a lawyer,
you need Nelson.
Make this the summer event going on now at Saida Trudeau Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram. Summer is here and the deals are heating up. At Saida Trudeau, we have the perfect vehicle at a great price just for you. Like an all-new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo 4x4 with as much as $4,000 in rebates. Looking for more adventure? How about a brand new 2025 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon 4x4 at employee pricing? That's right, you pay what we pay, plus an extra $3,250 in rebates to save you even more. Maybe a brand new 2025 Ram 1500 Laramie 4x4 Crew Cab is more your style. With rates as low as 1.9% for 72 months or employee pricing and an extra $3,000 in rebates. At Saida Trudeau, you're sure to find a great deal and great service all summer long. Come see us today and make this the summer event you'll never forget. Saida Trudeau, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram, your original hometown dealer.
1 in 4 Americans have a disability. I'm one of them. I'm also a working mom who cares deeply about making sure every child with a disability thrives by getting their access needs met. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Easter Seals provides children and families the foundation for lifelong success through early learning programs, skills training, and prep for college and career. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours.
Weather is sponsored by the Nevada Dairy Farmers and the Dairy Council of Nevada, sharing the love of all things dairy. Celebrate the best moments with milk. Milk the moment. And the weather is also brought to you by the Ponderosa Dairy, Nevada's largest dairy, fresh from our farm to your table.
Good evening, Nevada. My name is Rory Rosell, coming to you from the Channel 25 Weather Studios and taking a look at Nevada right now. Up in northern Nevada, Fernley is looking at 94 degrees, 95 in Fallon. Carson City is at 89, Tonopah is 1 degree higher at 90. Goldfield's at 91, Beatty is at 100, Amargosa is at 106, Las Vegas is at 107, and Death Valley is at 116 today. But here in the beautiful paradise of Pahrump, it is extremely hot at 102 degrees. The high today was 104, wind blowing south-southwest at 14 miles per hour. The humidity today was 8%, and the sun rose this morning at 5:55 and will be setting tonight at 7:43 p.m. The humidity rises up to 12%, and the wind continues to blow southeast at 11 miles per hour. The low tonight is going to be 79 degrees, which isn't very low, but let's take a look at that 7-day forecast. Thursday and Friday, we'll be seeing 105, 104 on Saturday, 105 again on Sunday, and then up to 106 on Monday and Tuesday, and then back down to 104 next Wednesday. So make sure to stay hydrated, Nevada. Back to the desk, here's Chris.
All right, thank you very much, Miss Rosell. I'm liking this pretty good here. In the morning, I'm up on the Palmer weather deck, a cappuccino and a muffin outside, and it's a little chilly, 70, 75 degrees. Compared to 107 is kind of cool. That'll just about do it for all of us here tonight. I'm Chris Palermo, News 25. Make it a great night.
Wounded Warrior Project empowers post-9/11 veterans and their families with life-changing programs and services.
I faced my PTSD, and I'm a better husband and father because